Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing and discussing Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in the Throne of Glass series. Oh my gosh. Okay, definitely in my top 5 favorite books of the year. This book was amazing. Throne of Glass, you were good, you were great, you had your moment, but Crown of Midnight just stole your thunder, and it stole it with a bang. This was the most satisfying sequel I think I've ever read. It was the bomb. The series just took off with so much oomph and so much greatness. There's so much more to this world. In the first book, it's just about the competition. There's a little bit of sprinkling of what we're going to be delving into later on in the series. There's going to be so much epic shit happen in the next 4 books. There is mystery, and there is world building, and there is death, and just complete chaos and madness. We were just everywhere in all the best ways possible. The characters are just really starting to take off. We had so much character development. I can't wait to see what's in store for these characters in the future. We got a clear direction now. We've really laid the groundwork for the actual purpose of the series. The cobblestones have been set and the road is taking us amazing places. This book already blew my mind, and it's only book 2, so I am sure the next 4 are going to just... That's really all I can say for the non-spoilery section of this video. So if you've yet to read Crown of Midnight, it's time for you to leave because I don't want to spoil this book for you. It's spoiler time. So to be completely honest, I didn't really write much down because I was so invested in the story and I was just in the world. Come on, who needs a note for a book talk? We're just gonna go off the top of my head. That's why it's called a book rant, not a book talk, because most of these aren't organized. So first I want to talk about Kale. You know, during my Throne of Glass book rant, I mentioned that I could be swayed. The team has been declared. I don't understand you Dorian people. I really, really don't. Y'all don't make any sense to me. I am 100% Team Kale. Kale Lena for life. New ship that I will ship forever. I really loved their relationship. It meant so much more to me. It was so much deeper than Selena and Dorian's relationship. Delorian? Delena? I don't know what you people call yourselves. No, Delena is the Vampire Diaries. I didn't feel much of anything when they were together. It was cute. It was very surface level. When they parted ways at the end, I didn't really feel anything. Whereas Kale and Selena, I loved their relationship. It just made me feel so many feels. Probably because her and Dorian haven't had like their real relationship yet, but I don't care about that, so we're not gonna think that's ever gonna happen. We're boarding that Kale-Lena ship and we are setting sail. Sail! Anybody seen that cat video? I was really upset by the rift in their relationship at the end of this book, but I do think that they are strong enough. Kale-Lena is strong enough, they'll pull through in the end. And even though I don't ship Selena with Dorian, I don't dislike Dorian. I really like him. He's a really great character. He's funny. I just don't like him for Selena. We need to find him somebody else. Let's talk about Nehemia real quick. I didn't really see that coming. That was like out of left field. I did mention that I was very suspicious of her, and I always felt like there was going to be something not 100% right with her. And I guess that maybe this was it. She was in Rifthold for a very specific purpose. She was trying to gain intel on the king to report to the rebels. Wonder if that's maybe where I was feeling unsettled, is because she was a spy pretty much. But I didn't see her death coming. I figured we were going to lose someone. There's going to be something impactful in Selena's life in this book, because I've heard so many people talk that Selena is very dark and depressed and different in Heir of Fire, and there's a lot of developments for her. So I knew there had to be some huge starting point for that, but I didn't think it was going to be Nehemia's death, and I was so upset for Selena. I felt so bad for her because she was her one like real friend. That like broke Selena. Then to find out at the end that Nehemia was meeting with Queen Elena and she was planning all this, and she was saying, I really hope that Selena understands the purpose of this because I don't want to die in vain. Oh my God the whole time? She knew she was gonna die? She was sacrificing herself? I mean, what? And I didn't expect that at all. From the moment she arrived in Rifthold, she's known that this was gonna be her fate and that she was going to do this to Celaena. And I was like, how could you have been friends with her? And then we hear Nehemia speaking with the queen that Celaena will be able to overcome this because it's so hard to pull her back from those dark places. Queen's like, no, this needs to be her path and she'll find her way out of it on her own. Oh my God, what are they planning for Celaena? She didn't just die, she was brutally murdered and Celaena found her and she saw her in the bed and it was just so what have you done? So that was pretty traumatizing. So let's talk about the fact that Celaena is a fae. What? It makes sense because for those of you who haven't seen the Heir of Fire cover, that Celaena looks ironically a lot more like a fairy than she does a human. Me, being the person who had never read the books, just assumed that it wasn't Celaena on the cover, it was somebody else. Surprise! The moment that she was off singing to the moon at Nehemia's burial and Chaol walks in on her and hears her singing those fairy songs and that was my interpretation of the fairy song. She's like howling like a dead wolf. I love how Chaol is like, and I could hear her singing and it wasn't a sound that any human ear should hear. Glad to know that this Celaena isn't great at everything, she can't sing. Those songs have never really been written down. And Chaol kind of makes these comments about how she could have just like stumbled across it in like her research or whatever. Boy, she's heard those from somewhere. She's known those songs her whole damn life, which means that she has to be part fae, right? She steps through that portal and she's transformed in front of Chaol, and I didn't really get what was happening at first. I thought, maybe we like step into these portals and we just become some other figure. Maybe Chaol is part fae too in this land. Nope. In whatever land they stepped into, magic exists. I loved that reveal that she was fae. It was so dramatic. Chaol, the only one that knows this, it's like their little secret. And I'm hoping that this brings them closer together. And on top of Celaena being fae, we learned that Dorian has these magical abilities. What? Comes out of this cabinet meeting so enraged because his father's doing these things that are just nasty and despicable, and Dorian's like, no, 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 no. He's full of anger and he punches a wall. Glass shatters, feels this like surge of magic. What is going on? Dorian has magic? I mean, where did that even come from? No one else in this land can use magic. His father has it, and his father's lackeys have it too. Maybe it's like an indirect ability because his father has the magic. He's related to Dorian that allows Dorian to use the magic. Not really sure. I think Parrington has some kind of magic. He's got something going on. I feel like there's somebody else in the series who isn't who they think they are. Dorian isn't just the prince, or Chaol's not really from Aniel. I don't know. So we start off with Celaena out on one of her missions from the king to assassinate one of his adversaries. It kind of seemed a little fishy. I didn't believe that Celaena was murdering these people for the king. Right away I was like, it might just be a trick. And then later on in the story we learn it's actually a trick. She's just threatening them. Either you leave willingly and quietly and don't make a fuss about this, or I'm gonna actually have to kill you. And then she goes to sick homes and finds bodies of people that look similar to her victims and beheads them or cuts their hands off and brings them to the king as proof. That is like such a brilliant idea because you're getting all of these rebels, according to the king, out of Rifthold. His assassin plan is totally backfiring in his face. Oh, and not only is Celaena fae, she's like the fae. She is the rightful heir to the Terrasen throne. Princess that these revolutionary groups are looking for is Celaena. What the what? She is Aelin Galathinius. The whole time where Celaena's talking about this princess that could possibly be this huge threat to Aerlin, she's talking about herself. She obviously knows who she is. Oh my gosh. That changes everything. That was a game changer. And now Chaol has sent Celaena to Wendelin, where all the Fae people are. He's sending her to her relatives. She doesn't even understand what he's doing. She's gonna gather all her peeps up and they're going to stomp over Aderlin. Bastard needs to go down. I really can't wait for Dorian to learn that she's Fae. They're going to be such a powerful duo. The first king of the land, Gavin, who went into Dorian's dreams to warn Dorian that Selena was doing stupid crap with portals and that she needed his help. And then we have the first queen, Elena, going into Selena's dreams to warn her. Some kind of connection there. Reincarnates, or like what they are. Still thinking that they're fulfilling some kind of prophecy that we're not aware of yet. Let's talk about this library real quick, shall we? That was absolutely terrifying. There's a secret passage in the library, and she's just spiraling deeper and deeper and deeper into the depths of the castle. She's coming up to all of these weird like door gate things, and she's meandering through them, and then there's this like creature crittering the shadows. My mind was going crazy. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Apparently, Selena has a death wish. How did she not sense that creature there? Selena's not a stupid person, but that felt like a really stupid action. And then finally she comes face to face with this weird demon creature, Frankenstein, grotesque thing that the king has been keeping as a pet. I like my pets slightly more fluffy. I'm really curious about the Fae magic. Like, how magical are they? What really are their powers? Selena mentioned that her magic typically manifested as fire. When she goes through the portal, her abilities kind of heightened. But what really are her magical powers? I know I mentioned in my Throne of Glass rant that I was thinking Selena was going to have a little bit of a curiosity about these portals. So she finds a Wardmarks book that gives her details on how to open up a portal. She is in so much grief over Nehemia that she needs to speak to her. I don't know what was possessing her mind. She's off her rocker. And she opens a portal to the dead. And Nehemia is like, what the hell are you doing? The next person that comes here isn't going to be me. I said that was going to happen. I was so afraid that someone's ass was going to get stuck in that portal. I was so scared that they weren't going to make it out. I was so touched that Kale dove through the portal for Fleetfoot. I would want someone to dive through the portal for my puppy too. That scene where Selena is running after she's at the warehouse with Kale, that was terrifying. I was so afraid that Kale was gonna die. Please don't let Kale die. So she's running back to the castle to go save Nehemia. Kale says that she runs faster than ever humanly possible. So I'm wondering if she can like tap into her magic, if that's what makes her amazing assassin. He said it in a way that makes it sound like Selena was using her super speed. She is a Fae, first and foremost, so I mean, can you really like cancel out her entire being? Can you do that with his redaction of magic? If she was drawing on magic, and if that's the case, how can her and Dorian use magic in a land that's supposedly not supposed to have magic? I don't really know. And then they tell her that Kale knew about the Nehemia incident all along, that he knew that she was going to be interrogated. Selena buys into this. We know that Kale was kind of misinformed too, so they're both misinformed. And Selena's just in so much rage that she actually tries to kill Kale. And I was like, what are you doing? And that's when Dorian steps in and uses his magic to force her to stop. So after Nehemia is killed, Selena finds out that Grave is the murderer and she goes after him. Holy frick. That was both terrifying and kick-ass all at the same time. I was so scared for Grave, yet because you're reading from Selena, I was like, yeah, you go girl, you take him down, you show him who's boss, you show him that he can't murder your friends. At the same time though, I was like, oh my gosh girl, you're freaking me out. Grave was hired by Archer. He turned out to be a slimy little scumbag, and here she was trying to save his life, and he goes and betrays her in the end. Nope, sorry, I'm not a good person. Nehemia was the good person and you killed her. Then she gets to take Archer's head and she gets to go show it to the king, so the king still has faith and trust in her because he was starting to waver a little bit. She's keeping that facade up quite nicely. And then we learn about the ward keys. 3 keys spread out across lands, and if you use them together you can open like the ward gates to the other realms. That can cause a whole bunch of bad things. The king has one already. I wonder where the other 2 are. I'm thinking there's one in Wendelin. Selena is going there in the next book and we have to hunt down these ward keys. It's like the Horcruxes. We have to find them. And apparently, if you have all 3 keys, it gives you the power to wield this otherworldly, deadly, scary, dark black magic. And I was thinking it has something to do with the black obsidian rings as well. And I'm still wondering if the rings cause the headaches, because we have that scene at the end with Kaltain and Dorian's cousin. He and Kaltain have this like special ability or whatever where they're highly valued by the king, and something's happening to them. They're doing something to both of them. I swear. Oh my gosh, yellow legs. When I think of witches, I think of like Harry Potter. I don't think of witches that are cannibalistic and prey on children and put them in their stew. The witches in this world are freaking creepy. And I have a feeling that we're only hitting the tip of the iceberg with these witches. They kind of terrify me. I mean, they're called the Iron Teeth, and they eat children. I didn't think it was the best idea for Celaena to enter her little abode and confront Yellow Legs. What if she turns you into a stew? At the end, when Celaena gives Kale that date, goes into Dorian's room and he's looking at the family tree. Dorian's got some questions of his own about his parentage, and he's heard Celaena sing these creepy fairy songs, and he saw her turn into a fae in the portal, so he has some suspicions. And he notices the Galathinius line. He's starting to put things together that she's not entirely who she says she is, and that she's not Celaena Sardathian. Now we have Celaena, who is going off to Wendelin. He thinks he's protecting her, but she's just going home to the Fam Bam, and you know, Lord knows what's going to happen once she gets there. And then Kale makes a deal with his dad, and he gets sent back to Aniel, so he's not going to be in Rifthold. And then we have Dorian in Rifthold, so all of our characters are spread out across the continent. Everyone's on their own journey. I'm just so excited to see where we go in this next book. They're all divided. They have to go get her at some point from Wendelin. We're gonna meet this character named Rowan that I hear so much talk about. I don't even know where we're gonna go with this. Those are my thoughts for Crown of Midnight. Tell me down below what you thought of this book. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!